Hey, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Today I wanted to do a quick PSA not to change your island before the update. I see a lot of advice telling everybody to flatten it or clear out all your items, and yeah, that's really great advice, but I would wait until after, and there's a few reasons why. Of course, I'm 100% supporting you replacing everything on your island, just not yet. And the couple of reasons I'm personally not changing my island until after the update is maybe something that you can consider too. So cleanup is the first one. Cleanup will be so much easier after the update. There was a few new features snuck into the direct that got completely overshadowed with all of the other incredible things happening, but extended storage. Right now we only have 2,400 spaces for storage, but through Nook, we can continue hoarding all of our photos of Diva and we can continue the goodies we already have. This will give us a chance to go around our island, pick up all of our outdoor furniture without having to worry about cleaning out our inventory or asking our friends to be mules or making extra characters just to hold items. If we wait until after the update, you don't have to worry about all of that and you can just kind of have the space for it ready to go. With that, and speaking of storage, how about the new storage shed that was mentioned? This is another part that was easily forgotten, but you can have a storage shed to place around your island now. Forget about picking stuff up, running all the way back to your house, waiting for the loading screen, putting it in storage, leaving, then you get the loading screen again, rinse and repeat. This will save you a lot of time to clear out your island just by carrying it around with you. You bring it to each area of your island and then you place it down, puts the stuff in storage, and then when you're ready to redecorate, you have all 5,000 pieces of furniture ready to go. And so this is probably my number one reason I am not changing my island at all, or I'm not clearing out anything for the refresh, is the new camera app. I've put over 1,000 hours of gameplay time into my island, and I'm sure a lot of us have put tons of time into it. So it's going to be a little hard to let go of what we've done and make new adjustments. With the new camera angle, we'll be able to see through the eyes of our villager and see how the town was designed from new angles, and that'll be a huge treat. It'll be a great way to capture some memories of it on my Switch or record video in that angle. Even if you're not a fan of your current island's layout or your current island's design, it's still a really great way to look back at what you started and how your island has changed over time. So go ahead, take photos from the point of view of your villager, look at your home and the cute spaces before you knock them down, and really enjoy what your island had to offer from this whole new viewpoint. This is more catered to completely restarting, but unless you want drastic changes to your placement of rocks, your dock, your resident services, I really don't recommend restarting your island just yet. Restarting your island is a great way to have a fresh start, but with all these new things coming in, you would want to kind of experience some of them before having to wait forever to get back to them. If you're eager to experience all the update has to offer, you're going to need a lot. You're going to need a lot of money, a lot of Nook Miles, and a lot of upgrades. We know that Harv's Island you need to pay bells for the shops like you do with bridges and inclines, and we haven't seen the price of them yet, but we can probably guess they're going to be a lot. As for Nook Miles, starting over means you have to get all of the things you previously bought from the Nook Mile shop on top of the new ones that will already be available. And to the last point, the museum needs to be upgraded probably twice, and we don't know yet if Brewster will be one of those upgrades or if it's going to be automatic. Depending on the requirements, it would take a long time to be able to get him established and enjoy the coffee. So what should we be doing in order to prepare our islands? If we're waiting to change it, then what else is there to do? Well, there's actually a lot more preparation that I'm happy to share with that I think are most important. With the new recipes coming to New Horizons, you're going to want to start saving up all of those crafting materials around your island. So something to start doing regularly again is hitting trees for wood or hitting the rocks with your shovel. Just be careful not to ruin your rock garden, and gather any other miscellaneous items you think you may need in customization kits. We don't know how many new items will be purchasable versus craftable, but it doesn't hurt to set aside some of time in your gameplay to gather these items as backup. This is definitely the easiest daily task to do to keep preoccupied. Speaking of crafting, we're going to have cooking in the update, so what better way to prepare than to adjust our pumpkin farms or our decorative farms to be ready for actual food. Make little patches around your town for veggies, or give your villagers each their own plots for their own food to grow. With the designated farming spots, it'll be easier to start planting all of those new vegetables right away after the update. Plus, just decorating around them is always really fun. And so on to the next one. This goes along with everything else, but start saving up your bells by fishing or catching bugs, crafting and selling hot items, or even using the turnip market. Maybe you have some cool items to sell on Nookazon. Either way, making bells will be super helpful because, as mentioned before in the video, you're going to need bells to purchase all of the shops on Harv's Island. Considering it costs anywhere from 98,000 to 228,000 bells just for a bridge alone, I would guess that the shops will cost anywhere from 250,000 bells range or higher. Even if the shop was on the lower end, let's say it cost 100,000 bells, that would mean you would need 700,000 bells to open all of them up. If it's on the higher end, then it would be a whopping 1,750,000 bells, and that's not even considering the cost of all the things you want to buy from there while you're there. So start selling some stuff and start saving your bells. The biggest thing to start prepping your island, I would say, is Nook Mile grinding. This means just going into your daily tasks, seeing what errands you can run, and then get them done for Nook Miles. Why is this so important? Well, there's a lot of new items for sale in the Nook ABD shop that we've seen on the direct, from plaza furniture to new street lights to topiaries. This is going to be a great chance to get all of these new items. Not to mention, anytime you go to Captain's Island, that's going to cost another 1,000 Nook Miles. Not only are there new and exciting items and places to go, but there's a lot of new recipes and learned techniques. I'm going to do the math for you, so don't worry, but let's start with the fencing. We know that fencing is something you typically learn from the Nook Miles shop, and all fences cost about 1,000 Nook Miles. With 9 new fencings, that's a total of 9,000 Nook Miles to save up for just on fencing alone. Here's a few others to keep in mind. The Being a Chef DIY is 2,000 Nook Miles. The Pro Camera app is 1,500 Nook Miles. The Custom Patterns Plus is 1,800 Nook Miles. The Pro Decorating License is 2,500 Nook Miles. The Custom Fencing is 2,500 Nook Miles. The new Reactions Notebook is going to be 3,300 Nook Miles. And the Pro Construction app is going to be 3,000 Nook Miles. So including everything we listed, this is going to be about 25,600 miles just for fencing and recipes, not counting any of the furniture things we've talked about earlier. So if you're looking at this and if you're feeling a little sad like I am, or I only have 50,000 Nook Miles tickets since, I never do my dailies, there is a time travel solution to help. This isn't for everyone, but this is for those who use what I like to call the creative mode in Animal Crossing. This trick does require you to change your time on your Switch and travel through the year, so if this isn't for you, feel free to skip ahead to whatever the time is on the screen. Basically, you can set your time years ahead to be on New Year's Day. Make sure you go forward in time and not backwards in time, so I'm going to set mine to 2045. From there, log in, listen to Isabelle, and head to the resident services. When you talk to the ABD, you will automatically get 500 Nook Miles. That's 200 more than you would get on a full streak. So now you can check and see if there's any easy Nook Mile tasks that have a multiplier. Get the ones you feel like doing done and log back out. From there, you want to go backwards 1 year. So in this case, we're going to change it to 2044. The reason for this is because when you go backwards, you don't have to listen to Isabelle every time you log in, and it saves a little bit of time. Then you go back to resident services, get your 500 Nook Miles, do the easy tasks, and repeat. As mentioned, if you're not a time traveler, no worries, there's still the classic grind to get through and plenty of ways to get your Nook Miles. You can do your dailies or travel to a friend and check the ABD every day to get your 300 Nook Mile bonus streak. And those are really my main ways to prepare without changing too much of the island. Obviously, you don't need to take any of this advice because Animal Crossing is a super fun game in any way that you decide to play it. There's no right or wrong. This was just my way of preparing and I wanted to share it with you all. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing to get your islands ready, and I hope that in the future I can be visiting them soon once we have all completely redecorated. If you like this video, please consider giving the like button a gentle boot for me and letting the YouTube algorithm know that, it was pretty okay. I do want to say a quick thank you to all of my patrons and members for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much for just being absolutely awesome. You help keep my channel going, and I'm so lucky to have your support and your encouragement. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!